Hello and welcome to the Farlands or Cancelled podcast. I'm the boy Ryan, this is Box Blair, and we're gay today. Very gay. Hello, you there?
Just like every day.
Well,
Today we're starting at, what are we at?
130.
130,000 blocks out. That's crazy.
Pretty much exactly as well, which is
Yeah,
cool.
that's pretty wild. And
Yeah.
that's where we were left off. That's where we finished last time, if you can believe it.
And this time we're going to finish at 2 million. This is an extra long episode,
this
right?
is an extra long
Extra long episode.
Totally.
We've got things to talk about. We've got to talk about cows. We've got to talk about chickens. We've got to talk about the Bible again. And,
oh my god, I can't wait for the Bible passage today. It's going to be fantastic.
I can't wait to find out what happens next in the holy book.
In the holy book of the Bible.
Holy book of the Bible. It's going to be good.
So the first thing I think we should talk about was something we talked about last episode, which was the whole Past Life series. Like Korean. Did we talk about dog food?
I was thinking about it. I don't know
how tasty it was.
Yeah.
No, we talked about Green's Past Life thing, which so far has impacted maybe a negative amount. I think
my views have gone down.
There's been basically no impact from these big creators doing stuff in beta and alpha versions. I think part of the reason for that, I think, is their emphasis on the old versions of Minecraft is pretty minimal. I mean, most of what they're going through is just kind of, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. Oh, this looks bad, or whatever it is.
Yep.
Oh, that doesn't work, this doesn't work. You know, that's kind of what they're doing. And my expectation after the first set of videos that they all released was that they were going to be in like alpha and beta versions a bit longer than 2 episodes.
They moved on already.
Yeah, so they went from alpha. Oh no, they were in like an early beta version, and then they moved swiftly on to beta 1.7.3. And I can only assume that they're going to be in release 1.0 or 1.1 or something like that next episode, and then they'll go to 1.2 or 1.3, sort of thing. So
that's a short life. So that is a real short life. That should be Warwick Davis's autobiography name.
Yeah, so they really haven't short life, guys. They really haven't spent much of any time in old versions, which is a little bit unfortunate. So yeah, I don't know. So far, I feel like there's been no impact.
There's been no community impact at all. The community still sucks, but it hasn't seen any other change. There's been no other change. There's nothing, not a single thing.
It's so strange. It's kind of strange. Which I feel like there was the potential for a big something to happen, but I feel like that wasn't there.
No.
Wasn't what they had in mind or had planned, I guess, which is fine. So
yeah, I don't think most of the people watching
kind of the end of that
give a fuck about old Minecraft. That was I kind of expected that. I kind of hoped it. I kind of expected it. They're moving on. They're moving on already. Like, I feel, isn't that the point of the series? They're going to like 1 point.
Well, I feel like it's a bit strange. I feel like it's a bit weird that they moved on so quickly. In that, like, you'd think that they, on a series based on the fact, like on the premise that you're in older versions of Minecraft, you'd think you'd spend a little more time in like some of the oldest ones and then slowly speed up.
That's what I'm thinking.
Cycle as you got closer to the modern game, because everyone's familiar with the modern game.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Like, as soon as you get, like, I think once you get to like maybe 1.5 or 6, it's there's differences, but it's like practically not even an old version.
Yeah, there's a lot of like insignificant things, especially for a series like that. Like, for example, like if you go with the 1.21 update, that was the trial chamber one. Like, in a series like that, there's not much reason for them to go to the trial chambers, right? Like, it's not necessary. It's not necessary for them to go to the end and get an elytra in 1.9. Like, I don't know. That's sort of how I feel about it, at least.
Yeah, it's
And it's like
you know,
if they
did
in the modern game, they always go to the end to get an Elytra, right? Like the only reason you'd play 1.9 is to experience what it was like when it originally kind of came out. But like, I don't know. I feel like no one really needs to do that. I don't know. It's gonna be weird.
It's like doing a history show and maybe doing like 30 seconds on ancient Egypt and then going straight to like the 1960s.
The iPhone.
The iPhone, yeah.
The recent the iPhone.
Yeah. Oh no, it just goes straight to World War II, which was a long time ago, but it's not long
that
time
long ago, really.
It's not even been 100 years. That's what it kind of feels like. They skip like some of the more interesting older versions where it's where there's actually like a huge difference, and it would be more interesting to go back, like a reason to go back.
And that was something I was a bit disappointed in when watching like a couple of the videos. Was like, you know, they're talking about, oh, you can't do this in beta, or this like doesn't work, or oh, you know, that like they've obviously got a very limited knowledge of what you can and can't do in beta, whereas we obviously have quite a big knowledge of what you can and can't do in beta.
That's why I can't watch it, man. That's why I just can't watch it, because I knew it would be that. It's like when you watch someone just go to India and they're like, oh my god, where's the charging socket in this hut? Oh, I need a TV, literally. Man. Why can't I get? There's no shower here. I got to shit on the floor. What the fuck?
That's kind of how it felt. Like I can probably understand, like, for people who don't play beta and like don't know anything about it, it's like, oh yeah, this is fun. Like, it's such a gimmick. Like, they're going back to old versions, sort of thing. But as someone who plays beta a lot, like, and especially when it comes to like the technical side, or like when it comes to bugs and glitches, like it is frustrating. It was a little bit frustrating. Like even small things, like and very specific things, like they were talking about you know, that like TNT can't be punched to explode, sort of thing.
Right.
I'm like, well, you know, we know that it can. But there is actually a way that it can, you know. It'd be fun if they knew that, you know. It'd be really interesting to see them actually play with the things that we know can actually work.
They needed a beta nerd.
Instead, it was exactly. They needed an beta experts. I was watching Etho's video, and basically the whole time was him being like, oh, what, like, we skipped versions where this worked, like, you know, the minecart boosting and stuff. They basically left a bunch of versions that they knew really well when it came to like the minecart boosting and certain other glitches that Etho knew really well. And so it like the whole time he was just like, oh, what, we already moved past a version that worked. Instead of being like, oh, well, we're in this version, this is what works. This is fun things we can do in this version, you know. That was what was a bit frustrating. It feels like they're behind on what they're like, what they're doing, you know. Like I feel like every single update they're going to be like, oh, we missed out on doing this, instead of being like, oh, this is the fun things we can do unique to this update, you know.
Yeah,
like,
they should really they should like plan ahead. I have a good idea for one of those type of Evo series things, and oh god, I don't know if I say it, someone will probably steal the idea. Well, basically, there's a lot of those series where they go, you know, they start at the very first version. They don't even start at the very first version usually.
Yeah,
some of them start
at
like
a convenient one.
Yeah, a convenient one, and then they end at 1.0 because they get sick of the game. But most of them are supposed to start at the earliest version and then end modern. Well, my idea for it is what if I did that, start at like the very beginning, and it's going through like real world history architecture. Like you start, so like the modern game will be like now in terms of building style, in like real life buildings and stuff.
No,
but the very first one will be like, I don't know,
cool
the Byzantians shit, or like I don't know, whatever the earliest man made recorded kind of stuff. Because then you can just go through history. You'll end up at like ancient Egypt. I don't know, old Japan and stuff.
Yeah, you'd have to line things up.
Yeah, that's the hard part. You have to really.
That would be the hard part, but you'd have to actually figure it out. But it is a cool idea, actually. That's
I think
a really cool idea.
1.19 would maybe be the beginning of the 1900s, maybe. But you'd have to line it up to be right, because you would need modern to be like today. You need the newest update to be today, and then the oldest to be the oldest.
I feel like you could probably figure that out pretty easily if I'm honest. Like if you put some more thought to it, it could.
Where it gets hard is the fact that there's multiple cultures at the same time. So you'd have to kind of what you'd have to do. You'd have to figure out when they are, and obviously on really old versions, there's not even that much space. So I think it would be a really cool series. The problem with me doing it is I don't know too much about history, so it would be like watching the Hermitcraft people play old Minecraft. Oh,
that's fair enough. All right, so if anyone knows history, that's an idea rife for the taking.
Whoa! Let's not get. Well, hang on a minute.
Yeah, you said it now, right? Dog Spot's listening, right? You cook. You're cooked. She's gonna stream it. You're cooked.
It's over. It's over. It'll start at American history. Start with George Washington.
That is the start of history.
Of course. I wonder if she'll do all the slavery stuff and the Native American killing. I wonder. That would be good. Add some role play into the history series. Maybe a different force comes over and invades your little Poland. I don't know. Some good little ideas. I think that could be a cool series. I've been wanting to do that for the longest time. I just haven't bothered like lining shit up, figuring out where's what.
And where's Wally. It is a lot of work to do that sort of thing.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of planning and a lot of time investment.
Actually
as well.
Building it.
Like,
and
personally, I don't have the time.
I'm still not sure how you like convert the very early versions of Minecraft, those worlds, into like proper ones.
Yeah,
like I know you can.
But he knows how to do all that stuff.
Yeah, because obviously they would just save as like a file that's not like a world file, I guess, and you can't really change it to the new. I don't know. It's really weird how it works. But
I mean, there's clearly a way. I know Griffin knows all about that. So if you were committed to doing that.
The only way I could think is whether there's like a world edit and you can just copy the entire world and paste it into a future one. Like that
might be what he does. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe. I'd like to do something like that. Don't steal my idea, please. I mean, let's face it. Anyone who steals it won't do very well with it.
I'm not going to steal the idea. I can't be asked to commit to that, but it's a good idea. It's a good idea. I'm probably not going to do that, but
yeah.
If someone steals it, we'll be able to trace it back to this. This is where the idea came from.
Yes, this is the origin.
You can get the origin point. Exactly.
Moving on from good series ideas and bad series ideas and series ideas, Guude came back.
Guude came back. Well, he never really left. Yeah, he never really left. Like I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh my god, he's back! He's back." He did that 404 series
about 10 months ago. That was pretty good as well.
Kind of being back. Yeah, it was all right. The worst thing about it was the noise panning, only coming out of one headphone.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. That's just good quality good content, though. That
terrible.
That reminds me of the days when his videos would have like mouse issues, and he would be like playing the game and his mouse would just have a mind of its own. That's the quality stuff I look for from Guude videos. I like that kind of thrown together kind of feel.
Yeah, I have to say, I mean, it was good, I saw some people being like, "Oh my god, he's back." I'm like, "Well, he's been around." They're like, "Oh well, I haven't been watching him, so he's back." I'm like, "Okay,
it's
whatever, man."
It's weird because he definitely. I always see his like videos. I've been seeing his videos come up for like. He's taken a break for like 10 months, and he does a lot of streaming now, and he has done for a long time.
Streaming, I think. Yeah, I
suppose for some people he's been gone for a while, but on YouTube he has still been around. He would do that modded series. With people, he would do a lot of GeoGuessr stuff. I see uploaded
lots of GeoGuessr, yeah.
But no, he's back with Minecraft Let's Play, and it's pretty good.
Like a modern Minecraft one, just to check out all the new stuff, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it's done like how I like them as well, where it's just him like talking, no editing, and then like fucking up. Like it's basically what my videos are. It's basically what my modern videos are, where we just like talk random bullshit and suck at the game. That's quality content. But they're good. They're good videos.
They're good, I'd say.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, that's one of my favorite titles of a Mindcrack video. Is I think it's the very first hardcore one back before it was a PvP thing, and it was them fighting the Ender Dragon. One of the titles, I think it was a title a fan suggested, is The Guude, the Badge, and the Ugly. I think that's the
That's
perfect
good.
title. That's a good
That
title.
is a good
That's
title.
clever.
That
It's
is
a
a
good
good
pun.
title.
It's a
That's
good pun.
quality. Yeah.
Hopefully, Badge
Yeah, I
returns.
think
He was like
that'll
one of my favorites. I want Badge. I want
yeah.
the return of Badge. Do you ever think
I
it's funny because like I know for a fact if Badge met me, he'd fucking hate me. But then he's still one of my
but you're
favorite
like, you
Mindcrackers.
still really
Yeah,
like
no,
his,
he's still
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
He would not have time for my bullshit. He'd be like, "Who the fuck is this annoying little kid?" Like,
Get out of this place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, I still
Yeah.
think he was one of the best
Yeah.
Mindcrackers and one of the most underrated because I think he had like the least views ever on anything, and
Mm.
it's because a lot of people didn't understand his. I think it's because a lot of people didn't understand his like really dry British like sarcasm, but once you do, it's hilarious. Like hearing
It's
him in the
funny.
background all the time whinging and stuff. That was one of the best things about like Badge being in a video.
Yeah.
He'd be just like, oh, fuck.
Well, I wonder. I wonder if they're still friends or if they've
I
ever
think
talked
Badge
since
and
then.
Guude, I think definitely are. I think. I don't see why they wouldn't be.
I wouldn't have any
They were pretty
idea.
good friends. Yeah, Badge and I think the only ones that probably don't talk anymore are the ones that don't like kind of went off. Although I think he's
Hmm.
still friendly with Efo and Vintage Beef, and I don't know if Paws is
Good
still.
is, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
Good is. I think he only the only ones that he doesn't really talk to like the assholes like Generic B or Old Man Willikers.
Yeah, yeah.
Those two, maybe even B Dubs, which is a shame because they were pretty funny together, and
Hmm.
they did the whole super hostile thing.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I don't know. I could like speculate the reasons why, but BWO was also friends with Generic B, and if Good and Generic B fell out, then maybe BWO stuck with Generic B, and that would piss me off
Yeah,
if I was
look,
Good.
I don't know.
Honestly, I don't
It's
know.
hard.
Who
I mean,
knows? Who
it's
knows?
hard to say. Who knows? It's all the we don't know these people. Like personally. Who
No,
knows
no, we don't.
what
I don't
goes
even know.
on their
Yeah, no.
private chats and stuff. But
He
it is fun to
was
speculate.
Good was talking about a stream he did where he was like spying on the UPS man or something and got heavily drunk. I gotta find that stream because that sounds
What?
hilarious.
What?
I know, right? I know,
That
right?
sounds random as hell.
But yeah, go watch his videos playing the game.
Yeah.
He has at least 3. He hasn't made the other one public yet, but I looked at his playlist and it said
Yeah.
3 and then 1
There's
unlisted
3
or whatever.
videos. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
there's one there.
he does the classic, do a big recording session and just like
Yeah,
cut it up.
that's what I've done for my Warden one. I've still got like 7 videos lined up to come out, and they're all
Yeah,
private in the playlist.
that's
So
crazy.
that's good. Yeah.
Well,
What's even
speaking
crazier
of
is it was like 5 months ago now. So if we do
so
record
long
more, I
ago.
don't know
Wow,
what the fuck
that's
we're gonna
ages
do.
ago.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That's so crazy.
Yep. Anyway. Oh, you're watching Good Boulder Fist.
Oh yeah, I got a phone call. That's so annoying.
Is it the Indian? Is he
Speaking of,
back?
yeah, I wish that would be ideal.
Yeah.
I would have put him on the phone.
Yeah, I'm still waiting
Um,
for him to call me back. I think he knows that I'm recording, and he just never calls now.
He just knows this. He's so considerate. What the hell?
Yeah, what the most considerate Indian scam caller. What a hero.
Anyway, speaking of modern Minecraft and Guude and such, mainly modern Minecraft, they
Not good at all.
bringing back the copper golem as
Oh yeah.
I think we talked about that last time,
Mhm.
or maybe the time before, I can't remember.
Yep.
Bring back the copper golem, and I remember we talked about how they took away the functionality of it turning into a statue. Well, they brought it back, which is cool. I'm glad they've done that because I thought that was like a really cool part of the copper golem was that you could have like this mod
Sex
that
with it.
was a statue, right?
Oh.
I think that's cool. The functionality is pretty interesting too. It's like it oxidizes, and then once it's fully oxidized, it turns into a statue, which is cool. And then you can scrape it away and have it be the different colors of statue. And if you scrape it all the way back down, it goes back to being alive.
It would be really cool if you could use it a little bit like an armor stand, where you could just make a whole shit and make
yeah.
these
Well,
poses
that was kind of like the tough golem, which I actually really liked as well. Like a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a glorified like item frame. And I'm like, yeah, but it's it walks around and holds your stuff. I feel like that's kind of cool.
Speaking of glorified iron frames, the shelf.
Yeah, the shelf, the shelf. I think
you've heard of Elf of the Shelf. Now get ready for Gravely Bankrupt. Boom, boom, boom.
The shelf. I think first of all, it is like their way of adding the vertical slab without actually adding 100%.
It. You know, that's what
because everyone's loving it for that.
When I first saw it, there was two things I thought: good house trim, basically a vertical slab.
Vertical slab, yeah. Which like whatever. I think that's whatever to me. I think vertical slabs like I don't think they're necessary, but in some ways they're probably inevitable to come into the game. I don't know if I like them or care if they were in the game or not, but yeah, I don't have hugely strong feelings about vertical slabs. I know some people are very against it and some people really want it. Like, yeah, I don't know.
The thing is like because I don't play modern and I've not really played like the current versions of the game. I just like beta so much that I just never feel the need to even bother playing anything else. Like there's only so much I could give a fuck about anything they add to the game. So if they did add vertical slabs, I'd be like, I probably won't really touch it. Like it doesn't affect me at all. So I can't care as much as I probably would if I played it. I think adding vertical slabs, it depends how they do it, because it would just make it so you could get like double the amount of blocks, right, to build a house out of and stuff. But the game's barely a survival game anymore, so who really gives a fuck? They might as well add them. I mean, I can't say.
I think they might as well. I think
I'd
it's
have to think about it more.
I think the biggest thing about vertical slabs that I would be against is the like the bloat, right? Yep. If you add vertical slabs if you have vertical slabs for wood or vertical slabs for stone, you have to add it for all the variants, right? And I feel like that adds a lot to the game.
That creative inventory's fucked.
When people are already kind of complaining about that sort of thing. I mean, I guess on the same kind of wavelength as that is like the new shelves functionality. I actually quite like I don't mind the functionality all that much. I think the idea is cool and the way it works. I like that it's not like a UI. You don't have to interact with the UI to change your items or anything. Yeah. You just right click and it switches your inventory out. And I think it is a good idea, and it seems to be kind of good. I quite like it. I like that you could. I like that. Yeah, I like that you could have a wall of different hotbars. It's kind of like in creative where you can save different hotbars.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but you have to go to a wall. You have to have it pre-prepared, and you can right click to get those different hotbars. Right. I think that's a pretty cool and unique way to deal with kind of some of the issues around the inventory problem. I wonder if they will extend that to entire inventories one day, which would be kind of insane if you could basically store entire inventories. But I feel like that's not going to be the case, because I almost feel like they're encouraging you to use that in tandem with shulker boxes, in tandem with bundles. You use all these things together to get that result, but I
would not want them to do that. I do like the functionality of it. It's different than just being like a boring shelf, like from a shelf mod where it's basically just an iron frame. It has some kind of like extra use. I
like that it's also like redstone compatible. Like you put 3 items in, but then you can put them next to each other, and if you power that, like you have to learn to power it, sort of thing, to make it actually more and more useful. Like I like that as well. I like that it's not just you put them next to each other and then it has the functionality. You have to actually power it, and that way you could also I imagine people like a lot smarter people in the redstone community will come up with fun and interesting ways to have it power and unpower and create mini games out of that. Like I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's not just a boring shelf ripped from a mod. It's not the copper armor. It's not just directly taken from something else, and has like pretty much no real other unique purpose.
I am definitely interested to see how it gets used in the community. Like I think it has potential to actually be quite a cool and interesting item that gets used in
five people will use the redstone kind of functionality. 2 million will use it for building. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be the building thing. It's gonna be for building detailing.
That's true.
There'll
be a lot less redstoners using it in contraptions.
Yeah.
I can see people like Tango, for example. He's made like massive mini games on Hermitcraft, and he's the kind of person to love that kind of thing. I feel like.
You know what's crazy? This is the second person I've been told is in Hermitcraft, and I've never heard of them before. There was a comment earlier we read, and it was about like someone who uses.
Jevon.
Yeah, I never heard of these people. I clearly
I feel
don't
like
watch
it's
Hermitcraft.
more understandable to me.
Yeah, I don't.
But I feel like as well, you might not be as interested in the redstone aspect of Minecraft anyway.
Not really,
whereas
no.
he like people like him, like if you're looking at redstone, is like he's pretty decent. He's like one of the redstone guys on Hermitcraft.
He's very much the Gurg the Gurg of Hermitcraft, right?
Yeah, he's a little bit his videos can be annoying, but his streams are alright.
Of course, his videos can be annoying. He's in Hermitcraft.
Okay, hang on. Interrupting the podcast. If you're viewing, just take a look at this.
That's pretty
square.
cool.
What the hell is that?
Is that an
that's naturally generated? Like,
yeah, that is a dead-on square.
Is it a 5x5 perfect square? What the hell?
What the?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
Dang.
Screenshot that. Thumbnail time.
The square.
The square.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah. So the wait, hang on. I was going to say something about the shelf. My thing with the shelf is that it's in the same update as the copper golem. I feel like they should somehow tie them together. Like the copper golem picks up items, moves them, and then they're adding a shelf that picks up items and can move. Like I think they should somehow. What?
I see what you're saying. I don't fully agree. I mean, I don't disagree. I think it would be cool if they did have something like that, but I don't agree that I don't think it needs to happen. I really like the way they're updating the game now. Like, I think this is a much better way to update the game, where they're just it's a lot more like how the game used to be updated, where they
pretty much
kind of just add different and disconnected things. It doesn't have to come under one theme. They can be completely unrelated or whatever like that, which I quite like. I like that that's how they're doing it. I think that's a lot more of a classic Minecraft way of updating the game. I think at some point they will come out with a big update that's like, under one umbrella theme.
The end update.
Whatever that'll be. The end update. Maybe. I saw some people being like, "Oh my god, are they teasing the end update?" Because they had
been saying that shit for years. It's insane.
But they had end items and stuff like in a screenshot with the new frame.
All right.
With the new shelf, sorry. They had like 5 of them on screen, and all of them were filled with end item things. But like literally the slide before was like 3 of them were filled with all fishing things, like fish and rods and stuff. So I was like, I don't know about that, but people cling on to anything.
The end update is kind of like the Doctor Who meme of the Rani, which you won't know anything about this, but basically in the 1980s in Doctor Who, there was a character called the Rani, and then Doctor Who was cancelled for like maybe about like 15 years. It was off air. And then it came back in 2005, and since maybe like 2007, every time a new character gets introduced, like it could be literally anyone, there's always theories online like, oh, is this person the Rani? Who is this? And it was almost never the Rani, apart from recently where it was actually the Rani. It's kind of like that, like, end update.
End update? Could it be the end update?
Is that tree over there an end update signal?
Look, I'm all for an end update.
Yep.
I just think it's like, at this point, just wait for them to say it. Like the amount of like straws you can draw at things that could be or couldn't be an end update. It's like, who cares?
I just want a use or like some kind of reason for the dragon egg to exist. Like just anything, like hatch a dragon. That's like the obvious one. Or just, I don't know, use it as a fucking hammer, stick it on a stick. Just anything, man. It's useless.
The dragon egg. The dragon egg is kind of funny. I like that it's a trophy. And I like that it's useless, because I feel like if they gave it a use, I feel like the dragon egg is like the one last piece of old style Minecraft meme,
Right.
you know, where it's
I get what
where
you're
it's like
saying. Yeah.
where it's like you do this thing, you defeat this boss, and you just get this useless.
All I got was his
Like,
lousy T-shirt.
yeah, all you got is this lousy. You get literally nothing, right? You get this egg, and like, especially like, you know, obviously now the end is updated, so you know you defeat the end, you actually get to go somewhere and do stuff. But like originally, you defeated the Ender Dragon, and you got this like egg. You got an egg that did literally nothing. It was a prize, but it's like, I don't know. It's kind of funny that it does nothing.
Oh, you know
in a way.
what?
I do think it would be cool to have. I never understood why when it came to like resummoning the dragon. I never understood why the egg wasn't involved somehow.
Yeah,
it didn't have to be used up or something, or like, you know, you defeat the dragon, you get the egg again, sort of thing. Like that would have been fine. But I don't understand why the egg has literally zero purpose when it comes to respawning the dragon.
Right.
Like it would make
That
so
would
much
make
sense to be able to hatch the dragon.
Yeah,
but,
literally, it would make a lot
yeah.
of sense. I had a really cool idea while you were talking then. Do you know Lego Star Wars? Well, of course you do. Do you know when you finish the game, you get 100% in the game, all the gold bricks, it builds that stud fountain? What if the Ender Dragon egg just every now and then squirted out some fucking XP
out some XP.
Yeah, like maybe like every 5 minutes it drops like
the
a
right
level.
way and it just squirts some XP.
What if it was just like an XP fountain every like 5-10 minutes, maybe every 20 minutes it gives you about a level of XP or something, depending on what you're at.
That'd be kind of weird.
I don't know, just something. It emits XP. It's like the gold fountain from Lego Star Wars.
I don't know. I'm a fan of it not doing anything. I don't know. I just think it's funny that it does nothing. You do this big thing, you defeat the end, and it's very like, you know, very old Minecraft feels, where like the whole dragon fight and the end credits and stuff was all just one big meme, where it's like Minecraft doesn't have an end, you know, like that's so stupid. Whereas now people take the end, like people take the end so seriously, and like to the point where it's created this whole, problem with people. Like they defeat the end and then they don't know what to do. Like they're creatively bankrupt, you know.
The end is like it's like the end kind of thing.
Yeah, like it's ironic that the end where the end where it was like meant to be a big joke, like ironically created a big problem with like creative bankruptcy and stuff. I feel like it's kind of funny, but I feel like the fact that it literally does nothing is, I don't know, I think it's kind of funny.
Oh, I've had another idea. What if you could hold the egg and chickens follow you? What if it's just like it's just like a really pointless, it's just a really expensive seed.
Yeah, like you put a you can bake a cake with it.
And it's just like it's just a normal cake.
It's just a normal cake, but you can put the egg in the recipe. That would be fun. That would be hilarious. The world's most expensive cake, but no one knows. Like
what I want it to do is I want it, because when it's a block that has gravity, right? Why doesn't it just crush you like the anvil? That would just be funny. If you could just crush people with a dragon egg, that would be good.
That would be funny.
Then you could have an achievement for crushing the dragon with the dragon egg.
That would be kind of cool. Yeah. That would be kind of cool. I had a thought, but I forgot what it was. Something about the egg. We've been talking about it. So
what came first? What came first, the dragon or the dragon egg? It was the dragon, because
wouldn't it be the chicken?
In real life, it would be the chicken.
It'd be the chicken. Right?
In real life, the chicken came first. Yeah, I've never understood that chicken or egg thing. I mean, it makes sense if you don't understand evolution, but
yeah, well, because if a non-chicken, if like a not quite a proto chicken gave birth to an egg, it would be a proto chicken egg. But then come out of that proto chicken egg would be a chicken.
Right. It's like at some point, it depends what you class as a chicken, because evolution is like a gradient, right? It's a slow change of species over fucking millions and millions of years. So in reality, a chicken has never existed and has always existed. And the way I think it's kind of like at some point, like that's the thing, right? If a proto chicken, you look at it, you're like, that's a proto chicken, right? Yeah. And then it births an egg. You're looking at that egg, you're like, that's a proto chicken egg because it came out of a proto chicken, right? Right. But then
but then I don't know if I'm using that proto phrase correct. I just think it is, so I'm just gonna keep using it.
Pre-beta
I'm pretty
chicken.
sure it is. Yeah, beta chicken. But then out of that egg comes an animal, and you're like, okay, well that's not quite what the last thing was. That's more closer to what we would call a chicken, or is a chicken. It's like, okay, that's a chicken
pretty
now,
much,
right?
Pretty
like
much.
that's the way I think about it, at least.
Yeah, because it's
anyway,
like genetics. It's genetics spread over the thing. Basically, to simplify it, a T-Rex once laid an egg and a chicken came out. There you go.
Obviously, that's so obviously what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
Did you know that I'm pretty sure it's like pine trees are more closely related to us than oak trees, something like that? That's kind of crazy. Like we're closer related to like trees than trees are to other trees.
Well, that's my family's over there. Look, hey guys. Pine trees.
The trees. And same with like mushrooms. Like we're more closely related to mushrooms than they are to like trees.
That explains the
other
penis.
Green plants.
That explains the penis.
And it explains when you like cook a mushroom and it's like kind of tastes like meat.
Oh yeah.
But that's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting.
Maybe the missing link was a pine tree. Interesting.
Yeah. Food for thought.
I think I've pissed up a pine tree before.
What?
I pissed on my granddad.
My great.
Oh my god, this is the family tree. Oh, it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
It's all coming together. It's the family tree.
It's the family pine tree. Is that a mushroom on there? Wow. Good shit. I had something to say.
Is that a mushroom, or are you just happy to see me?
It's a toadstool. It's really small. I was going to say something about vertical slabs, right?
Okay, yeah.
I think it might be a little too late to add them, just for the fact that they're not a part of any of the structures. I think it would be really weird to add vertical slabs and they would have to maybe go back and add them to be part of like the world, the environment, the circular life.
I don't know. Have they done that? Have they done that before though? Have they ever gone back to a structure and added stuff?
I mean they changed the villages.
They
changed the villages.
They changed the villages.
Yeah, and they.
Like I'm trying to what I mean is like I'm thinking of like any new structure they've added. What have they added to that structure? Like anything brand new?
No, maybe not. I don't know. I think if they were going to add that shit, it should be part of it.
To be fair, they've never added. They always add either a block or like an existing kind of block.
Yeah.
If they added a brand new, like the vertical slab, maybe you'd have a case there, because
it would be like a new block that's not a part of the environment. It's just on its own.
I don't know though, because like you think about like the Ocean Monument that came before walls, right? Like walls were added.
I think so. Yeah, maybe around the same time. One of them. I don't know.
And they didn't go back and go, oh wow, this structure needs walls.
No,
or like the jungle temple doesn't have walls, and it's like that would fit.
Guess not. They did add them to the villages though.
Yeah, but they didn't overhaul of the village. They didn't overhaul of the villages after they added it, right?
Yeah.
Like they would have to go back and overhaul these things.
I think they should do that. I think if they were to add vertical slabs, they should implement them into structures in the world, so it fits the game more. Because it'd just be really weird having it would feel incredibly modded and disjointed having this entire block group not be a part of literally anything ever.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I see that. I mean, I can see them adding it as part of new structures after that.
Oh, definitely.
Which would then tie it in, I guess. But
yeah,
that's an interesting thought.
God, could you imagine if they added more fucking structures? That would be that's all. It's the
they're going to. I don't know, dude. I don't know how they will, but they will. And it is, the world is clogged. I think they need to go back to the drawing board when it comes to structures and make them rare again. I think like the Woodland Mansion at least is still got a bit of rarity, but like villages need to calm the fuck down.
Villages need to be like 4% of what they are now because they're
absolutely. Boats and the ruined portals need to calm the fuck down. Like, I understand that the idea is that it's like, if a new player were to play, it's teaching them that these things kind of exist and you can kind of find them and but wouldn't it be way cooler as a new player? You're like, you've played for ages, you're building stuff, whatever, and then like randomly one day when you're exploring, you find a single obsidian what is it called? Portal frame.
Portal frame. Yeah.
And it's like, and they're like, what the heck? And then they learn that there's this whole other dimension after they've been playing for ages. Like, that's way cooler than, like, as soon as they spawn, finding that, like,
yeah.
There's too many. I feel like if I were a new player, I'd be like, holy, there's too many things to learn. There's too many things going on in my sandbox game that I thought was just about me building stuff. Like, that's what I would feel like.
I feel like
I don't know what a new player feels like, because I don't feel like I ever talk to new players, especially in the Golden Age community. It's always people who have at least played for,
10,
a couple of years,
15 years, 13 years.
Yeah.
Most people started in like 2013 to 2015. I feel like that's the common starting point for a lot of people. They started when console edition came out, around
where it made it more accessible, sort of thing. I think the latest person I've met was actually just recently, that they had like they started in 2023, which is insane, because I'm like, you missed everything, dude. You missed everything.
What are you doing? Where were you? Were you just born? What?
But hilariously, right? Hilariously, I think they're getting into like old Minecraft, which is like, I don't know what that says about the game, but like,
it just has a
brand new player is like, I want to play old Minecraft. It's like, okay, it's kind of interesting, but oh my god. But I don't know. I don't know. I think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. God, imagine start Minecraft in 2023. How old are they? Are they aware that the games existed? I suppose it's not too crazy, because there's massive games I've never played. I've never played BioShock or anything like that. I don't know. It's
like game, like, often you might be like aware of a game, but it's just not your, like, you've never looked into
bothered,
it, or bothered with it or anything like that. But then all of a sudden you play it, and you're like, oh, okay.
It's like you taking ages to watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it for so long, and then after watching it, I was like, hey, does everyone know about this? It's a great show. What the hell?
It's one of
Why
those,
did no one tell me?
It's one of those like rare
things.
It's the rarest kind of rare, where something that everyone says is good is actually good. Usually you'll hear that like, this is the best show ever made. You watch it and it's fucking Love Island or something. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But no, I tell you what, actually good.
I think, okay, this is a like a PSA, I feel like, as well. Yeah. I don't know if you ever get this, but you like recommend someone a show, and they watch like the first few episodes, and they're like, bah, this is a bad show. That absolutely pisses me off, because every single show or movie or anything you watch is bad at the start, when you have no investment in it, right? Like, every single show is not that interesting, or not that you're not well connected with it, because you don't know anything about the world, you don't know anything about the characters, like, and it feels like it's taking a long time because you don't know anything. You have to
at least do a season. I can never just stop watching halfway through. I have to finish the season if I watch something.
I think if you watch half the season and then you're like, okay, I'm done. I think that can be fair enough, depending on what it is, I guess. I think that can be fair enough. If a show hasn't hooked you halfway through, maybe it's not for you, right?
Yeah.
But if you watch like 2 episodes or 3 episodes, or like 2 episodes, I feel like is the standard, and then they give up, it's like, come on, you gotta commit. You gotta commit. Yeah. You gotta commit for me. All right.
And it depends what type of show it is as well. Like, if it's Doctor Who, where every episode is completely different, it's a completely different story and like concept. It's kind of hard to like be like, oh well, I didn't like the first episode, and then not watch anything else, because everything else is completely different. Like there's some episodes that are fucking good, there's some episodes that are bad. It's one of those shows where most of it is bad, but when it's good, it's the best shit on TV. It's it's kind of like, there's a lot of shows like that as well. Like Star Trek is like that, and most sitcoms, really, honestly, because it's like the same concept but different plot lines in there.
Yeah, different plot lines, different like scenarios or whatever.
Yeah. I know, it's weird. Breaking Bad, anyway, I think, was good from the start as well.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. Like, I when I started watching Breaking Bad, my first thought was like, when's he gonna start Breaking Bad? It took, because it takes like a little bit before he starts getting into it, right?
Like,
and I obviously knew a couple of things about the show like beforehand, and I had some, like, especially through memes, I had some like exposure to certain points. Thankfully nothing that was like a spoiler or anything that like spoiled major moments or anything like that, but just like very mild stuff. And it, like at the start I was like, wow, like this is a bit slow, like what's going on here, But like committing to it, you're like it's it's so worth committing to because it just gets better and better and better exponentially, right? Like yeah.
That's with Breaking
Anyway,
Bad. I think it's really good from the start. But with Better Call Saul, it's still good from the start. But it's one of those shows that is like incredibly slow for the first maybe 2 seasons.
Very slow.
Like it's still good, but it's all like completely character driven, more so than Breaking Bad. It's not less action and less like
way less action. Yeah,
way less,
it's a lot
way
of
less
dialogue,
tension, less tension. It's more like character building and.
Yeah, it's
comedy.
more like character building and like almost like you're feeling sorry and sad for a lot of it, rather than like you're like, oh my god, is this guy about to get caught or whatever? You know,
It's not like it's not high stakes or anything. It's very much like watching a dude just fuck with people,
around,
and like slowly turn. But then when you get to the 4th and 5th and 6th season, like the stakes start to rise and it feels more like Breaking Bad. I actually, I think I'm at the point where I actually like Better Call Saul more than Breaking Bad. Which is weird.
I've heard a lot of people actually say that. I know one of my like real life friends was like it's super into Breaking Bad and like telling me constantly to watch it. And then after I watched it, like obviously they'd finished Better Call Saul and they were like, oh well, I actually think I prefer that more. And I was like, that's interesting. I found that very interesting, especially after how good Breaking Bad was.
And that's kind of impressive actually, that they make one of the greatest shows of all time and then somehow make one that can be considered better. That's very rare. Usually people make something great and then everything else sucks after it, or like it's never as good.
And honestly, like it was already an amazing feat to make a oh my god, it's already an amazing feat to make a show that like continued to exceed expectations as well. So often you'll be watching a show and like an ending won't be as satisfying or whatever it is. Like things won't meet your expectations. But Breaking Bad really did that well. Yeah. And then again to have a follow-up show, like a spin-off show to actually do just as well, if not better. Like it's pretty impressive.
It's the second album issue where you get your first big hit, and then most artists fuck up the second album. It's and maybe even like TV shows or films, the second one's just usually just shit. But no, with Better Call Saul, they somehow did it. And what's crazy with both Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, they were both kind of really not unknown, but like unwatched at the beginning. Like Breaking Bad was sort of it had like success, but it wasn't huge. It wasn't. I think
it wasn't the levels it eventually has got to.
It wasn't like world known or anything. It was like another TV show, but it wasn't until it went to Netflix, and I think it was in like its 4th season or 3rd season that the internet found it, and suddenly it became this huge thing.
3rd season around about, right?
It went to Netflix.
It really started to catch on, and
then and people were like, "What's this?" And then they binged the first like 2 or 3 things, and then suddenly it was a huge like pop culture icon. And with Better Call Saul, it's kind of the same. It's like people didn't watch the first few, and then near the end, it suddenly blew up again. It was like, holy shit!
Yeah. It's kind of funny. I actually remember my parents watching when the like 2nd season or whatever came out. I remember sitting there like watching that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we watched the 1st season a long time ago," and I didn't watch it obviously. But then they were like, "Oh yeah, we're catching up on the 2nd season," kind of thing. I was like, "Wow." And then years later, I'm like, "Oh my god, why didn't you tell me how good it was?"
Yeah. What an interesting thing about Breaking Bad and me is my first ever video ever uploaded to YouTube coincidentally was uploaded the exact same day the first episode of Breaking Bad aired.
Really?
I'm very much the Breaking Bad of YouTube.
I was gonna say that's such a random thing to have figured out and know as well. It's kind of cool though.
I was like, what happened on this day in the world? Oh, Breaking Bad came out. What the fuck? 2008. Interesting.
Something I like about Breaking Bad as well is that like it really hits like that perfect spot in time where like you couldn't make Breaking Bad now.
No,
because
not.
a lot of the tension, a lot of the interest and intrigue comes from like the fact that they can't be tracked necessarily.
Yeah, that's
like
a real
the way
issue.
you would be now, you know, like nowadays, you know, you can't just snap your phone in half after a call, you know,
and leave it in a drawer.
You know, like
I don't even think that worked back then, to be honest. You had to like take the battery out,
you can't even take the battery out. Yeah, exactly. Like, which is like they do that a lot. You know, there's a lot of like burner phones and stuff, which is like just not a thing that really exists much anymore. I feel like
no, you use a VPN, least you know, not in the dark web.
It's not like as common. Like, I feel like back in the day, if you had two phones, no one would bat an eye because it's like you got two phones, one for business, one for home or something, right?
Yeah.
But like nowadays, if you have two phones, people are like, why do you have two phones?
Where's your second iPhone?
Like, why do you have two iPhones?
I need to see a scene where like a fucking hilarious scene where someone's like on the phone calling a drug dealer. It's an iPhone, and then he just tries to snap it after. Oh god, that'd be good.
Throws it against a wall.
But no, I do agree. It's something I thought about before as well, that most films in like 200 years would probably be set in the 1900s, right? Or like 1900s to now, because like you have the Wild West, you have World War II, you have the mafia boss things in New York. You have so much like stuff that makes really good films. And then you can't do a film that's like the Wild West in like 2025. It's like the cutoff point is like maybe the 2010 or something, because crime is so hard to like get away with now that you can't do a lot of those like mob boss shows. You can't have The Sopranos in 2030. That's
exactly.
I think
crime is so much harder to get away with. Like it's really hard to write a story where it's like believable that a crime could be committed and gotten away with without like there's so many forensics. It's like way more like boring or like straightforward when it comes to like entertainment, you know, like collecting samples and
fingerprints,
testing them in like a tube or something. It's way more boring than
you
like
can't even get away with it anymore.
Follow the clues or something.
You can't have a show like one of those mob boss ones where it's the mob boss at 90 looking back on his time as a gangster and stuff, because now you wouldn't even make it to 90 as a gangster. They'll have your genetic genealogy, they'll put it into a database, and then find your nearest fucking ancestor, and then trace it back to you, and then arrest you. Like you can't really do that sort of thing anymore. And I think that it's going to make people need to get creative for stuff like gangster films and crime films for the next 100 years.
And when it comes to things like like any kind of like war films, or like a James Bond style film, it's like, why would you need someone to go in and do something like that when you could just send
fly a drone?
Well, you don't need to.
Oh, that would be an amazing film. Do you know Herbie? Do you know Herbie? Like the car. Imagine if you had a series like Herbie, but the drone. It's like an action film using a drone. That'd be amazing. That's a good idea.
That would be pretty funny.
That's a great comedy.
The kids spin-off is Brom. You remember
yes,
Brom? It's like that, but it's the drone.
That'd be amazing. The drone has like a character of its own. It's like James Bond. It has a bow tie or something. It's at a bar. My name is Drone. Drone. That's a good idea.
Very creative.
Yeah, they're gonna.
I think See, I feel like that it makes it so much harder to do cool stuff like that, because it just doesn't make sense not to just use the technology we have now. You know?
Like even something like Indiana Jones. I refuse to believe there's a missing hidden fucking tomb of like ancient gold right now in 2025.
It's like we would have found it, man.
yeah. That's why it's good. It's set in the somewhat past, and where things are still being discovered. Like there's still things hidden, definitely still things hidden, but it feels
definitely.
Indiana Jones wouldn't be as interesting now. He wouldn't be dungeon crawling. He would be doing research on like Wikipedia, or then logging his experience doing it.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of part of it. Is like, back in the day, you had to read books and like, look through different like language and texts and like, whatever. Whereas now it's like you just Google it.
You ask Grok. You ask Grok what's going on. Hey Grok, where's the Holy Grail?
Yeah, exactly. I think the only like a lot of the, I guess, a lot of the intrigue comes from when people don't know stuff, and it's like space is like that frontier where it's like you've almost got limitless space in the ocean. But I mean, I think people tend to shy away from the ocean because I feel like it's somehow more. It's like more scary,
more dangerous.
Whereas
because, it's pressure, ain't it? Once you're down there, you're gonna it's harder to explore than space somehow, which is kind of crazy.
Well, I mean, I feel like they're both equally.
They're both
pretty hard to
equally
explore.
hard. I think it's more expensive to go to space. Probably, like, gotta be, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, the point I'm making is like the the space is limitless in terms of like the potential for what you want to do. I mean, like you could create a world where carbon isn't the primary like
Yeah, like
fundamental
silicon
building
is
block
or
of
something.
life. Like what if something wait what if like it was a world full of gold gold
Yeah,
based creatures or something.
diamond.
I don't know how
Diamond
that would
planet.
work, but like I don't know, like imagine that, like that there's limitless kind of potential for that sort of thing, which I think is a cool thing to go to, and that's
that's definitely
it's we're gonna see a lot more of that
more
stuff.
future, because in the future you could make it so it's like a dystopian future where the corporations take over, and then you can have crimes and stuff, have like cyberpunk gangsters and things. But if we're saying it in like modern day in the real time, it's kind of like, yeah, you're not gonna have Bill Cassidy in the Sundance Kid, you're not gonna have Billy the Kid.
I guess the alternative is to make it like alternative timelines kind of thing. I think that could be interesting. You know what? Speaking of like dystopian futures, you ever heard or watched the movie Gattaca?
No. That's
No?
is Ethan Hawke is in that, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it is.
The I actually really like that movie. I haven't seen it in a very, very long time. I remember we watched it in school, and I was like, damn, this is a really cool, interesting movie. I'd have to watch it again though. I haven't watched it since school, which is
I've not,
a while ago
I'm,
now.
I'm aware of it, kind of, but not seen it.
It was basically like genetic racism, which I thought was really
fantastic.
Interesting. It is really interesting. Like basically like from the time you're born, like from the moment you're born, they take like your genetic makeup and they go, okay, well this is what you will be perfect for. This is what your genetic makeup is perfect for, right? And like when two couples kind of get together, they go to the doctor and they're like, all right, can you get like the best of my genetics and the best of her genetics and put them together, and then we will have the most genetically perfect child that we can create, kind of thing, right? And there's people that are born that way, that like have that'll perfect to be astronauts kind of thing, or perfect to be a runner, and there's the story kind of follows this guy who his parents decided that they wouldn't do that genetic perfection thing. They would just have like a natural kind of conception and basically play the lottery like every single person does now. And basically this guy, like he wants to go to space. He wants to be like an astronaut or whatever it is.
But like his toilet cleaner.
But his genetic makeup is not it. So he has to basically use the genetics of someone who was he has to use like the genetics of someone who was that to like trick the system basically to get past it, because like there's no laws and no rules saying that like you can't, but it's like why would a job it's like, why would a job hire you if you weren't genetically perfect when they could find someone who was? It's kind of like why wouldn't companies hire all women if their pay was lower? Like they would hire all women. It's like, no, you have the same pay. Like
exactly.
That's kind of the thing, right? It's like why would you hire someone?
There's just less women in those
perfect?
high-paying jobs, and that's it. That's it. Yeah.
But that was the interesting thing, is like like there was no laws or anything saying like, oh, you have to work in this job or whatever. It's like, no, you can do whatever you want, but any job that you apply for is going to look at your genetic makeup and say, oh, he's not capable, he's not perfect for this job. He has like this slight tendency, like his family history has a very slight tendency of having heart problems, can't go, as opposed to the next candidate who's literally biologically perfect for the job. That is something that I think was really interesting about that film.
Hitler world. Yeah,
literally.
That does sound interesting. Yeah. Imagine what they would think of us. Imagine looking back. Also, holy shit.
Yeah.
Imagine looking. Almost fucking died.
This is crazy. Goddamn.
Yeah.
For people not watching, we found the sickest beta terrain.
Yeah,
those trees are cut off at the world height. What the hell?
Oh yeah.
You see that? That's sick. This is insane.
It's fucking huge.
Anyway,
Anyway, yeah. Imagine what they would think of us. These genetic, like, perfected people. They go back in time and everyone has like unsymmetrical faces. They're useless. They have like these disabilities and shit. They were like, "Wow, what the
Literally.
fuck?" It must be like us
Whatever
looking
that
back
is.
at cavemen, just like, "What? Why are you wearing like
Yeah.
rags and shit? Are you wearing
Yeah.
like a cow's head on
Speak
your fucking
English,
face?"
dude.
Like,
Come
yes,
on.
English, man. I got like English. Now, of course, in the future, they'll all be speaking emoji and they'll be like having implants in their head and they'll be like, "What's a tree?"
They might not even.
Download.
They might not. They might not even need to speak. That's the thing.
Oh
They
shit!
just
Yeah,
think it, and it
telepathic kind of.
transfers. You know. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon like these? One day it's definitely gonna happen. One day there's gonna be like you can get an implant in your head that connects you to the internet, and like through your eyes you can see, the internet and like open and close things and whatever. Do you reckon there'll be like you have to subscribe to a subscription, otherwise you get ads like pop up in your eyesight?
No.
Like how fucked would that be?
That would be
So
awful.
terrible.
Be awful, and you have
Oh
to
my
like
God, you're like
focus your
trapped.
eyes on the ad, otherwise it stops. It's like, please remain eye
Yeah.
contact.
Stare at this ad for 30 seconds
Yeah,
to
don't
remove
close
it.
your
It's
eyes.
like, oh my God, you'd want to gouge your eyes out for sure.
That'd be. I could see that happening somehow if that was ever possible. Which I don't know if it is. I mean, but like I could see them
Yeah,
adding
I don't know.
ads.
I feel like it's possible one day to have like, how they've got the glasses that you can kind of watch movies on, and people think you're paying attention to them.
Yeah.
Like they're starting to come out with those. I think they will
Perfect for
find
dates.
one day. They'll find one day a way to connect it to human biology. The hard thing is like it would have to be like replaced semi-often, at least at the start, until they're able to figure out how to like fully kind of incorporate into biological beings.
They'll test it on rats. They'll have these rats just watching YouTube.
Watching YouTube. Oh, hey, if they do that, guys,
Subscribe.
make them subscribe to Box Player. That would be epic. I want rats watching my YouTube channel. That'd be sick. I want
That'd
test
be
dummy
amazing.
rats watting Box Player. That'd be
Fuck yeah.
so sick.
Fuck yeah. Like and subscribe, rats, if you're watching from the future. Like and subscribe. Oh, it'd be so good.
Can I auto dub my channel into rat?
Rat. Subtitles, human, English, French, rat. Rat noises.
Test lab rat.
Yeah.
Speaking of, this is gonna make me think about something. Is like I was thinking about this the other day. It's a thought I've had many times. I'm sure other people have had many times. If you took a bird,
Yep,
or a dog,
I've took many
from
birds.
your country,
Yep,
gross. If you took a bird or a dog from
Hands
your
on
country,
dogs.
and you took it to another country where they don't speak any English,
Yeah.
do you reckon they'd be able to communicate with the other dogs and birds around them?
Depends what country.
I
They'll
feel like
probably
no.
eat dog.
I'm thinking. Okay. Like I think let me stick to birds, because I feel like birds
Alright.
communicate. Like certain birds really communicate with each other through like the way they
That's a good
speak
point. Yeah.
or whatever. Like I think this even like you think about the diversity in like Europe, for example, like human scale. It's like Europe is so diverse. There's lots of different languages and whatever. Like, would a bird, if I took it to like another part of my own country, would it be like taking it to another country in Europe? Like it can't speak with the other birds.
I think maybe, but I'm thinking like with like tweeting, not like tweeting, but like
Yeah.
and like the dogs barking. I think that's more their equivalent to us recognizing like facial expressions or something, maybe, because like we can
that's a good
recognize foreign. Like if I saw a Chinese person sad, I would know they're sad without being able to
You'd know
understand
they're
them.
sad. Yeah,
I think it's more like that. A dog like bark, the tone of it is more what it
But
is.
even still, I mean, like you think of like a person, like that humans have different tones the way they
True.
talk. Like you can listen to someone who is talking a completely different language, but you can understand kind of how they're feeling based on the tone of their voice, the way they're talking. I think that
might be
like that's
what
I feel like that's almost how it would be with birds. Like you could they could tell the attitude of like a different bird, but they wouldn't be able to.
I don't like your attitude, pigeon.
Yeah, like they would be able to tell like if another bird was panicked, but they wouldn't be able to tell that the bird's saying, "Hey, look out, there's a fucking cat." Like,
what's a cat? We don't have them here.
Yeah, exactly. I really wonder that. I feel like that's such an interesting thing. Like you think about like crows, for example. Like they're really smart. Like when it comes to problem solving and stuff. Like I wonder if
they could solve a Japanese puzzle.
Their ability for language.
Yeah.
I wonder if their language is like a lot more advanced than we kind of think.
Huh, I wonder if
Anyway,
they'd
that
be
was a
good on one
random
of those
thought I had.
Japanese quiz shows, like if without knowing the culture or something. I don't know. Speaking of those glasses that you can watch stuff on, for some reason, whilst you said that, I had like this. I imagined Patrick Bateman wearing them, and he's on like a date with a woman, but on the glasses, it's just porn. He's like looking at porn and drinking shit whilst on a date with
And
a
he's
woman.
like leaning over the table, like, yes, very interesting. Like with his hand on his chin, stroking
Yeah.
his beard. Well, non-existent beard, but
You are very
I
beautiful.
can see that.
You look
That would be
very
pretty
good, and then it's just like fucking hardcore anal on his face.
And then he gets up. He's like, I have to go get some videotapes.
I have to return some videotape. Yeah, that made
videotapes.
American Psycho 2 in the modern
American
day.
Psycho 2,
He's
2025 edition.
They did actually do an
I could
American
see that.
Psycho 2 with Mila Kunis in it. It's really bad. It's like insanely bad. She's like a little girl and she kills Patrick Bateman within like the first 5 minutes of the film. And obviously it's not actually the actor that played. It's not Christian Bale because they couldn't get him back.
Right.
It's the worst kind of direct to DVD shit sequel.
That's the worst thing. When I hate when they do that. When they want to do a reboot or not a reboot, when they want to do a sequel and it doesn't even include like the main actor of the first one. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah, they can't get him back.
That's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker. Don't do it anymore because people aren't going to resonate, especially when it's like a popular movie like that. It's like people aren't going to resonate.
Especially if it's one that the film's based around, like American Psycho is Patrick Bateman.
Like the whole guy.
That's
he
the whole
makes
guy.
The character.
Like with Predator, it doesn't have Arnold in the second one, but it kind of works because it's more about the actual predator. It's about people getting attacked by the alien, you know. But
yeah, exactly.
So it kind of works. I still would have preferred.
Like imagine
Arnold
if Terminator 2 didn't have Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
Like, or Sarah Connor. It would have been fucked. Like no Sarah Connor, no Arnold. Terrible. It would have just been it would have been like.
Or like Superman 2 didn't have Michael Reeves in it. Like
well, like it's like Batman just has like someone else. It's like. In fact, there was Batman that did that. The kind of
you can reboot them, but you can't replace them like in the same series. You know,
no.
If you're gonna reboot them, you have to reboot the vibe. You have to reboot everybody in it. Like,
yeah.
A
bit like recasting Heath Ledger's Joker in like Dark Knight Rises or something. Yeah, that'd be awful. Imagine if it was Jared Leto they got in the fucking.
Oh my god, that'd be terrible.
Oh, speaking of horror, that's another type of film you could not really do now. Like slasher horror films of like a serial killer, because like a lot of those films are based around the fact that the police can't get there in time, or you can't call them, that we don't know who they are, there's not many security cameras and stuff. And not much DNA left behind and stuff. Like that's why they're all set.
One, that's a good point actually.
Yeah.
Like, it's recorded now.
Yeah, but like you could kind of do it. A lot of them like get around it where the character has like blood on their hands and they can't use their touchscreen phone to call the police and stuff, which is a creative way of getting around it. I just feel like you could.
It was creative the first time, maybe not.
Now it's all they do. They're like, I can't call the police. I got blood on my hands. It's like, come on now. Just clean your hands or something. But again, it's a horror film. You're always like that. You're always like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you running up the stairs with a fucking pencil? Like, aren't you American? What's the point of having guns if you don't even use them against the fucking? Come on, what the fuck?
That would be the problem with modern one, is like they would just use the gun straight away. The movie's over.
They'll use it as an excuse. You'll be like, come on then, come in my house. What's your favorite scary movie?
Okay, scary movie. Here's a scary movie thought. All right, scary movie thought. The main character thinks like at the start of the movie, you think that the main character is like the victim, right? They're the victim, but very quickly it turns out that the main character is like killing everybody, but like they think that they're getting like attacked or something.
Oh, that would be great if it was like a Halloween film. They have psychosis and it's like
killing everyone.
For like it's like a plot twist at the end or like near the end where it turns out that they're like hallucinating things and just shooting kids in Halloween costumes that they think are trying to attack them, and like maybe the police could be the police showing up and he's shooting them, and Something like that.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are we just describing like the Joker,
Kind of
the Joaquin Phoenix?
A little, but he had reason to kill those people. I feel like with this film, it's like
but what I'm talking about is like at the end where he's like in the thing, and it's like, did he do it or did he not?
Oh,
was
right.
it real? Was it just his mind?
Yeah, literally, yeah. I thought that would be a good zombie apocalypse film. Like if he fought the zombies, if he sees people as zombies.
I thought that. Yeah, but they're not actually. He's just killing people. That would be interesting.
It's almost like a Truman Show thing where it's like he starts to realize that, wait a minute, why are those zombies drinking coffee in a shop? Why are they driving? It's like, wait, hang on a minute. What's going on here? Maybe they're not actually zombies, and I've just been killing people. Some good shit.
Crazy.
I've had some film ideas. I've had some good film ideas over time. If there's something I could do other than YouTube, it would be make films, because I have so many good ideas. I guess I could say some of them. I have a horror film idea. I've told Olives about this before, like years ago when I came up with it. You know Mr. Bean, right? You know Mr. Bean's a bit of an alien.
I'm not familiar with Mr. Bean.
You know he's a bit.
We've actually come up with some pretty good ideas for Mr. Bean.
We just see what I mean.
On this podcast.
It's just a filmmaker at heart.
Two podcasts ago. It was great.
Yeah, but with Mr. Bean, right? He's a bit like socially inept. What if there was like a comedic film where the character is socially inept, but he's evil by accident, or like he thinks he's in a sitcom? That was my idea. It was like a character.
That is kind of Mr. Bean. He is kind of evil by accident.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Bean from the three-wheeled car driver's perspective is a serious villain.
There's this guy like so mentally ill, and he's like so fixated on sitcoms that he thinks that he's in a sitcom, and the film is portrayed as a comedy, but like. And he has like the laughing track is in his head or something, and he kills people in the most like, oops, I'm just in a sitcom, I didn't mean to put that banana peel there and slice your head open. Like stuff like that would be cool.
It'd be kind of to extend on that, it'd be kind of interesting if like from your perspective, like you're watching the film from your perspective, it's like they are like in the sitcom, they're doing all that, and it's like, oh, whoops, you stepped over and died or whatever. But then it's like it cuts to like they are like, it's like, oh, he slipped and he like hit his head on the floor and now he's bleeding out.
From our point of view, it's a sitcom.
It cuts to, but then it like cuts to like what really happened, which was he came up behind him, hit him with a hammer, and then like made him like pretended like he slipped and like hit his head, and then he's like, oops, whoops, you slipped and hit your head, whoops.
And you slowly start as the film gets on, you slowly start to realize that this guy is just like fucking mental. He thinks he's in a sitcom, he's killing people because he thinks it's funny. The laughing track is in his head. It's not actually a film laugh track. It's like a genuinely like psychosis shit. That would be a cool idea. Another cool idea. I had another funny one. It's a film called, I've told Olives about this one as well, a film called The Only Gun in the UK, and it'll be a film about these gangsters, right, all fighting to try get their hands on this one gun that exists in the UK. It'll be a little bit like Pulp Fiction with the briefcase, and there's like multiple different gangster stories intertwined trying to get this one gun. And to make it even funnier, the gun is just like a puny fucking pistol. It's like, no, it's just such a harmless, shitty little thing.
Yeah, and they just all really want the pistol.
Yeah, they all really want the pistol. They're fighting over it.
He who holds the pistol is like the most powerful mob boss,
yeah.
And everyone has to like bow down to you.
And it wouldn't be funny if the gun is a joke. The gun has to be treated by the characters as if it's like the fucking holy grail. They have to stroke it and think, wow, this is amazing. Like the only gun in the UK.
I could see that being adapted into like a those uncontacted like civilizations in that it's like still uncontacted that like live on the island. It's like that.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Bow down to me. He's got the gun.
That is a little bit like what it is, just this uncontacted tribe of England. They somehow hear about this mysterious gun that's somehow in the country, and just all these gangsters, all their stories intertwined, trying to get it. Jesus, I went full Mike Tyson then. Trying to get, and my idea for the film is, and something I have no idea how it would work or how you would do it, but the goal of the film is to have every single character somehow die by the gun. Like every single one of them, by the end of the film, is dead because of the gun.
That's pretty funny. And everyone who's like seeking the gun dies by the gun.
Exactly. They all get
He
shot
who
and killed
seeks
by
the
it.
gun dies. It's
Yeah.
kind of like it's almost like the Elder Wand in Harry Potter.
Yes.
Everyone who tries to get it seems to die,
Yeah.
but like Harry Potter just gets it. Like,
yeah,
he's like not
at
trying
the end,
to get it.
at the end, police like surround the compound because there's been like this massive like gangster battle. The police surround the compound.
Yeah.
They walk in, find everybody dead, and the gun just laying in the floor. The cop goes up to it, just dismantles it, puts it in an evidence bag, and the film ends.
And they're like, "Wow, look at this little pistol."
Yeah, interesting.
What even is this thing? Like, they don't even know what it is. They're just like, "Oh."
It does that, fades to black, and then the end credit scene later on is it's just like dramatic music as it slowly zooms into a crate in the evidence room office where the gun is. It'd be like the end of Indiana Jones where they're putting it into the huge like garage, but it's like dum 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 dum. It slowly zooms through the evidence room to where the gun is, and then it just like bang, fade to black, or like just hard up black, and that's the end of the film.
Hard Up Black.
It'd be a good film. I want to make that.
Black,
Hard Up Black. That's a whole other movie I came up with. Some good ideas. Yeah, those are good.
Well, those are some pretty good ideas. I don't mind that.
Yeah, I would like to do filmmaking if I didn't do this shit.
I think it'd be kind of. I feel like it'd be kind of fun to be a filmmaker that is like you're at the stage where you've had lots of success and you like kind of have the free reign to do whatever you want. You know?
The Tarantino.
Like all the producers. Yeah, exactly. All the producers and like film executives and stuff like trust you unequivocally to make films.
Yeah, you don't get stuck
yourself.
making shit Marvel films where you're just like a yes man's doing whatever people say.
Exactly.
You actually get to have like creative control. Like you're a Spielberg or a Scorsese or a Tarantino to the point. Although Tarantino's always done what he wanted, and that was like his appeal.
It's always just worked. Yeah,
yeah. But like he's at the point in his career where he could make a film about anything and no one would question it. Well, people would question
everyone
it, but
would be
he would
like,
still
"Wow,
do
this
it.
is genius."
Yeah, they know it would sell.
And everyone would be like, "Wow, this is genius."
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, he makes pretty good movies.
Oh yeah, he makes some of the best.
He makes some good movies, and he's one of those directors that has like a really strong like moral fiber. Like he does it the way he wants it, and like
And then everyone else is wrong. Like fuck you.
Change that. Not many people can change that.
There's this clip of Will Smith. Like do you know the film Django Unchained?
Yeah.
Well, originally instead of what's his name? Something Fox.
I've got no idea what his name is.
The dude, Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx, that's the name. Instead of Jamie Foxx playing Django, the slave getting like revenge, it would Will Smith was the original choice. And there's this clip of Will Smith on one of those actors roundtable things, being like, "Yeah, me and Tarantino we didn't work out. I had like all these ideas for his script and things that would be really cool." I was like, no, when you do a Tarantino film, you do Tarantino's film. You don't change his fucking script. Only Samuel L. Jackson can do that. You don't mess with his script. You don't try and change things. He's the filmmaker. He has his vision. He knows what he wants. Will Smith, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are you trying to do? You're trying to change his like, oh god. Yeah. I thought that was hilarious because the funniest thing about that is all the other actors on the table are just looking at him like, what the fuck? Like Michael Caine's there and everything.
You don't know who you're with right now.
Yeah, he's like, what's the fuck, Will Smith? You could have been in a Tarantino film, but you thought, some things need changing. Like
some things need, we need to change this. Yeah, this is not perfect to me.
Van Gogh, that brushstroke over there, that'd be cooler if it just changed. Like, get the fuck out of here. And that's something I really respect about Tarantino is he does whatever the fuck he wants and doesn't let studios really interfere or. And he only does something if he thinks it's a good idea. He doesn't love like ad libbing or like improv and shit. Like he's got his script, he's got his vision. It has to be like down to it.
I have seen the cool thing as well though. I have seen there's a couple like very fine instances where he's like, all right, I want you to play with the character because I can't exactly think of the vision, and like he'll trust the actors that he's chosen to do it. And I think that's really respectable.
I know
he's a very good.
He only lets Sam Jackson kind of he gives Sam Jackson like the ability to like add things to his character because Sam Jackson would like write things in his own kind of way, and that works. But he has that special privilege and no one else does, which is pretty cool. Anyway, we're at
That is very cool.
the time of the video where things happen. What happens?
Today we would like to dedicate a Bible passage to someone very special that left a comment on the last video. Ryan, I think you've got that pulled up.
Yeah. Let me just read it real quick. So we would
Who was it?
We'd like to dedicate this Bible passage to Jazzmaster01, who's wrote some comments here. This Bible passage is dedicated to him. He says, "Mocking and dismissing religion, unfortunate. The channel was really good. Hate to see it shit itself." First of all, the channel was never really good. I mean, the second comment says, "Religion is the best thing for society. Anybody who disagrees is just incorrect. Don't actually read or have had some bad experience," which is unfortunate. Again, it is the best thing for society, but they've had bad experiences. Yeah. But suck it up and keep to the faith.
I think the part that they say religion is the best thing for society it really hits home. I think that's a wild statement that I think is we'll leave that with you guys, and you guys can let us know what you think about that. Yeah. Religion is the best thing for society. Tell us in the comments what that means to you, whether that's positive or negative. We've got our opinions, but hey, we've done enough talking today.
We clearly haven't read. Apparently we just don't read. Speaking of which, let's start reading some of this fancy religion stuff. All right, pick a number. Yeah. Pick a number. Pick a number. Let's see if this is good.
Let's go with how high can I go? What's the range?
You can go to 50. 12. I think
12.
50.
Let's go 12.
12. Okay.
I'll take 12 for 42, Alex.
Pick a letter.
Let's go with M.
M. Right. Where's the first M on here? Micah. Marker.
Let's keep this one. Let's keep this one concise. I want us to have at least some breathing room to talk about.
Shit, Micah doesn't have a 12. It only goes up to 7. Bollocks.
All right. Well, 7 was going to be my first number anyway. So
okay. Right. How many should I do? Like 1 or 2, 3 maybe.
I don't know. Yeah. See how we go.
All right.
Let's see what profound things we can find. And read it in an actually tangible way. We can understand what they're saying. I want to actually be able to tell what the moral is of what we're even hearing.
Okay. Woe is me, for I am as when they have gathered the summer fruits.
Hang on, wait.
Huh?
Did they actually start with "Woe is me"?
Yeah, yeah, they do.
That's fucking awesome.
Woe is me.
That's fucking awesome. Holy shit! Bible language coming back into rotation in modern
So
day.
far, I think this is about someone going to Tesco's. Woe is me, for I am as when they have gathered the summer fruits. As the grape gleanings of the vintage, there is no cluster to eat. My soul desired the first ripe fruit. This is just the dude in the vegetable section.
This is just a guy who wants to fucking eat some food.
Yeah, it's just a guy at a restaurant. The good man is perished out of the earth, and there is none upright among men. They all lie in wait for blood. They hunt every man his brother with a net. So now they're fishing? I don't know what's going on now. I don't know what this has to do with the... This has nothing to do with the fruit stuff.
Hey, this is crazy. It's almost like when you open a story to a random part, everything is completely out of context. That's so crazy. Anyway, let's continue.
So far, this is like a cooking book. You know, you got
it sounds like
fruit.
So we've got. Wait, what was the name of the guy? What was his name?
Micah, Chef Micah.
Okay, so Micah's just at the he's at the grocery store and he's really hungry. And then he's gone and he's thinking. I think he's daydreaming about going fishing with his dad. Maybe I don't know.
He wants to hunt men. Maybe that's a bit of a there's a gay subtext there. Maybe he wants to hunt every man his brother with a net. Maybe that's like the World Wide Web, the internet. Maybe he's on like a gay porn site. Maybe
could be fishnet.
It's a little bit fruity, You know, maybe that's what's going on. Okay, let's read the next part. Let's find out. That they may do evil with both hands earnestly. Both hands? Damn, he's got a big one.
Damn. Hang on. He might be doing. Hang on. He might be doing like the rusty trombone. You know.
Oh right, yeah. He's not doing like pancake. Or maybe he's doing skiing with 2 men, like all over his face. Yeah. The prince asketh, and the judge asketh for a reward. Damn, he's gone to
he's
with
the prince and the judge. No. You misunderstand. He's with the prince and he's with the judge. Right. That's where the 2 hands are coming in. That's what he's doing. Anyway,
this is fruity.
Yeah.
And the great man, oh, he's great. He uttereth his mischievous desire, so they wrap it up. Holy shit! This.
Wait, we turned to the porno section of the Bible. Wait a minute. Wait, this is what. Hang on, this is what the priests were reading. I think I figured it out.
Oh my god! He asked his desire, and they decided to wrap it up with a condom.
Oh my god! All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good passage. I think we learned a lot from that one. I think that's pretty good. That tells a good story. That was actually a cohesive story.
It started off as a cooking book and turned up into a cook-old book.
Hang on, maybe so he was at the shops.
Yeah.
He was hungry for some food. Yeah. And then I think he started either daydreaming about the time he went fishing with the priest.
He saw
and the judge when he was but a boy. When he was but a boy becoming a man.
Yep. And then they just started like jerking each other off with two hands, you know. And then the priest was like, "I want to fuck you in the ass." And then they wrapped it up. And because AIDS was AIDS around back then? I don't know. Speaking of AIDS, thanks for watching this.
Whoa, hang on, one moment. Can we just say an amen? Thank you. All
amen. Right. More like gay men.
Okay, a couple of men.
Gay men, everyone, gay men.
Gay men. All right. Thank you all for watching, listening, and I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast.
Yep.
If you did, subscribe maybe. It doesn't really do anything. I think the subscribe section of YouTube is cooked these days.
It's just my home feed is just watch later and
literally
videos I've already watched. That's
oh my god, always.
Yep.
But thanks for watching, listening, and we will catch you guys in the next one
with a net. Hope you enjoy that, Jazz Master.
Dude, that was fucking good.